Hey guys, still split here. Today we're going to be playing WRC by EA Sports. We're going to be doing the longest rally in the game. It's going to be about 30-ish minutes, I believe. It's about 34 kilometers of straight rallying goodness. So it's going to be challenging. It's all gravel. It's a completely narrow road. So it's going to be a little tough, but I think we can get through it and set an okay time. But let's see how it goes. All right, so the stage we're choosing is
Rally Bio Bio Chile.
yeah, I have no idea how to pronounce that, but the course we're choosing is about 34.8 kilometers long. It's going to take a while to get through, and the car of choice was the C4 WRC. This was one of my favorite cars in Dirt Rally 2, and I was hoping that that would transfer over to this game, but we'll see how that goes. We're going to start off. I was pretty excited for this. Obviously nervous, as you can tell. I haven't ever done a rally this long before. Usually I would do 15 minutes max. So this is definitely something new to me. But we're going to give it our best shot. We go past the logs. I think I took a little too much speed in the beginning here. Just a little too ambitious. Maybe trying to show off to the camera a little bit too much. But yeah, we're going to completely bin it. Not even a quarter mile into the stage. So that's awesome. Cart felt a little weird here. I don't know what. I don't even know how to explain it. It just didn't feel right. Didn't feel like it did in Dirt Rally 2, to say the least, which it's a whole different game. It shouldn't feel the same. But either way, we're going to try again and hopefully improve. We'll see. Taking a little less speed through this part. A little easier on the steering. Go over the trouble corner. Almost spinning it again, but we're going to keep it on track as we just went into an invincible bush, apparently. And yeah. We're going to try again. Third time's the charm. Get a good start off the line. Honestly, don't know what I was doing wrong here. I just could not make it through even the first split of this stage. I don't know if it was the car or if it was me just being horrible at the game, but we're going to make the exact same mistake we did the first time. And as you can see, I am very happy about that. Very pleased. And so, yeah. This was the fourth try. I made it to the first split of the rally. So the most progress we made so far until I just completely bin it again at the hairpin. So yeah, after 4 tries, I was starting to think something was wrong. So I decided to make a change. We're going to go ahead and quit back to the lobby. And I get the brilliant genius idea that's surely going to make us not suck as much, which is to pull out the lucky socks, which are actually just normal socks, but I'm going to call them lucky because I can. We're also going to change the car to something I'm a little more familiar with, which in this case is the Focus RS Rally. I've used this car in this game a lot more than I have the C4. So hopefully it'll be a little more predictable and easier to handle for me. But yeah, we're going to see how that goes as we start for the 5th time and hopefully final. Get a good start off the line. Right off the bat through this first corner around the logs, the car felt a lot better. Maybe I'm just horrible with the C4, but either way, this one felt a little better. Keeping it on track, very close to the inside. Braking a little earlier for this first corner. We're just going to graze that bush with the back end, but that's okay. We didn't lose too much time on there. We're going to make our way down the mountain. Actually making some progress for once. So yeah, the car on this stage felt a little understeery. I was having trouble getting the rotation around the first few times. So I ended up using the handbrake a lot more than I usually would around any other stage. But it seemed to work out on this one. The gravel was consistent, which I liked. There was no surface transitions or anything like that, so it was super easy to predict. So I could use that handbrake a lot more than I usually would without having to worry about spinning out. Like right through here, I yank it and get a very, very good line through that hairpin. And we're just going to keep it going. Pace was a little slower in the start as I was just getting used to the stage. But we're going to pick up a little bit as we go, as we come to the hairpin we've been last time. We're going to make it around just touching the wall with the back of the car for a second, but that's okay. Once again, didn't lose too much time. And at this point, this is officially the furthest we've been into the rally, so making some progress. We're going to skip ahead a little bit. This car was super satisfying to drive around here. As much as I complained about how long this stage was, it was super fun, honestly. It was just smooth, predictable. The only issue is that it took 30 minutes to get through. So, surviving was definitely a priority here. As we come into another hairpin. I come in just a little too hot, swing it a little ride, but we managed to keep it on track. Good save on that one. Could have been worse. We're going to come around. Another hairpin. Lots of hairpins on this track. Makes sense. It's 34 kilometers. There's bound to be quite a few. We go down the hill quite a bit. Pretty open section. Not too many trees to worry about. Track wasn't too narrow. Let's skip ahead a little more to the first acute hairpin of the rally, and I think the only, if I remember correctly. I definitely could have taken it better, but honestly we didn't crash, so I'm not too upset about it. We're going to keep making our way through. This part was kind of tricky. It was downhill, surrounded both sides by logs. So I was watching my speed here. It's really easy to underbrake yourself and go straight into those logs, and when you do, you're pretty much dead. So I was, as you can see there, even the tiniest little clip just lifted the car off the ground. Being extra careful through that section, just making sure I keep it on track, reducing my speed quite a bit. As we make our way through the hill, there was a lot of elevation change on this track. I don't know why I keep saying track stage. There's a lot of elevation stage on this track. I said it again. God, never mind. A lot of elevation change, going up and down the hills quite a bit as we cut super narrowly through there, grazing through the trees. But yeah, lots of elevation change going up and down the mountains. Very narrow through there. We're going to glide around that turn. Decent exit. We're just going to keep it moving. We had some decent speed at this point. I think this was the best I was doing during the rally. First part was a little slower, and then later on the fatigue started to set in after 10-15 minutes. So yeah, it got pretty tiring at the end, but this part of the stage, my pace was good enough to be happy with. I'll say that. Definitely not a pro, but I don't completely suck as I raise the wall ever so slightly. We're just going to keep it moving. Another hairpin. Going up to another hairpin. We get a decent exit out of here. Making our way up the hill. We're just going to keep it moving. Nice and smooth. So we skip ahead a little bit. We're only about less than a third way through here. As we cut the track a little bit. So yeah, I was starting to feel it a little bit in my left arm, and that would be because watching this back, I realized I've been steering with my left arm and my left arm only almost the whole time. Yeah, don't do that. That's not a good idea. If you're watching this, don't copy me. Use both your hands. Only shift when you need to shift. And yeah, that little bump there kind of upset my rhythm. Must have misheard a pace note or something as we have our first crash of the stage. Get completely turned around. I'm just going to do a quick reset. Completely unfazed, as you can see. We're just going to keep it moving. We're still going up the mountain. A lot of elevation change around here. Pretty difficult stage, honestly. Which is nice because if it was the longest stage in the game and it was boring, then it wouldn't be too fun. But we make it to the top of the hill, so we're going to start making our way down. Got to be careful with our speed here. It's really easy to take a corner way too fast going down the hill. So I'm going to take it a little easier. Easy on the brakes. Making sure I don't completely overcook it into the corners and go barreling through the woods. We come up towards a straighter section as we cut ahead a little bit. Maybe a little more speed through here. We start to make our way back up the hill from the side. More death logs to the left. Keep going. Definitely starting to feel it at this point, if I can remember correctly. We get a little bump there. In real life, that probably would have been a puncture on the back left, but We're invincible in this game, so no big deal. Speed up the hill. Lots of speed through here. This stage was full of very tight corners, so there wasn't a lot of high-speed sections, but we had one coming up that was quite fast. Come over, first big jump. Getting a little bit of airtime. That wasn't really a big jump, but you know. Starting to get to the top of the hill at this point. I completely messed up that shift. Starting to make a few more mistakes. We start to come through one of my favorite sections of this course. It opens up a little bit at the top of the hill. The road's a little more open. It's a lot easier to see what you're doing. So I like this part quite a bit. Little bump to the wall, no big deal. Keep it moving. My pace felt good here. So we start to go back down into the trees and down the hill. I was pretty happy with my pace here. It's my first time on this stage, so not too bad. Once again, like I said earlier, I do like that the surface was consistent. I feel like any sort of gravel transition or something like that would have messed me up quite a bit here. So good that it was consistent for sure. Lots of hairpins through this section. Gonna keep it moving. Being extra careful going on down the hill. Don't want to overcook it. Another hairpin. I don't even know how many hairpins there were in this stage, but too many to count. Gonna skip ahead a little bit. Still going down the hill, but it's starting to open up a little more here. We just swing the car around these corners. Getting the car nice and sideways at every corner. A very satisfying corner there. A very good line through there. I was proud of that one. Still making our way down the hill. I want to talk about just how beautiful this game is, honestly. I will be the first to admit, out of many, being the first to admit, but the physics in this game are not the best. It's not super realistic, as I completely go off the edge. But we're going to ignore that. Just leave it in the past. Just pretend like you didn't see that. But yeah, the physics aren't the best. It's not super duper realistic, but this game is a lot of fun. It feels like a updated version of Dirt Rally 2, which was one of my favorite rally games I've ever played. I'm a big fan of that game, and so I'm glad this game has a similar feel. It was definitely better than all the old WRC or WRC games, like Generations 10. I like it a lot more than all those, for sure. But yeah, Dirt Rally 2 is definitely a favorite of mine. We're going to go ahead and say hi to the guys over here. They're just watching me almost run into them. I don't really know what I was doing there. I just wanted to wave hello, I guess, but we're going to keep moving, pretend like that didn't happen. But yeah, the graphics in this game are very, very nice. It's honestly really hard not to get distracted by them while I'm going. Go through a very high speed section. Yeah, it's hard to focus on the road when everything around you looks so good. Now, yeah, my hood apparently decides it doesn't want to stay in the car anymore. It's gonna want to pop off, but somehow hold on. Gonna make our way through the chicane. No mistakes there. Nice pace. To a very long straight. This is probably the fastest I'm going to go on this stage. Is right through here. Reaching about, I think that was 160 kph. So not bad at all. Very fun section for sure. Nice little break from all the hairpins. So we go back up the hill. Gonna make our way up here. And at this point, I was definitely starting to feel the fatigue kick in. We were a little over halfway, maybe 2/3. So we were almost there. But yeah, my left arm was definitely feeling it. Starting to make more and more mistakes as we go. Pace notes just going over my head apparently. But we're keeping it on track. We're not doing too bad. Almost lose it there. Could have been worse, but kept it on the course. So not too displeased about that one. Keep it moving. Very high speed section through here. Very nice. Yeah, for the rest of this sector, I'm just going to let you guys enjoy the noise of the car and the pace notes. And just take it all in.
And 4 left, half long, 30. 4 right over crest, opens and tightens. 3 right and late 2 left, 40. Caution, slight right over crest, tightens 2, half long. And 3 left, long.
So yeah, I'm definitely starting to struggle around here a little more. Making a lot more mistakes than I did in the beginning. A bad exit out of there, just,
4 left,
I don't even know what I was doing here.
tightens, 40.
But riding the wall a little bit, going
Caution,
surfing apparently.
right over crest,
We're just
into
going to keep it
sudden hairpin
moving,
right.
as I've said a million times in this video.
30, 2 left, opens, 30.
Just struggling through here.
5 left,
It's the last
long,
couple
opens,
splits of this stage, so
into crest, into slight
at this
left,
point I'm
60.
just trying to survive.
Late 5 right,
Not too worried
slowing,
about pace,
40.
as you can
1
tell,
right,
obviously I'm going a lot
and
slower.
late 4 left,
I
half
probably
long
lost the most
tightens.
time in this later section. We
And
got
3
death to the
right,
right and a mountain
don't
to the
touch,
left, so I was
tightens,
being
into
a little
3
extra
left
careful. I
short,
didn't want to
50. Square
end the
right,
stage this
half
far
long,
in.
opens, into slight right,
We just make our way through the
and
side of the
slight
mountain.
left, 70.
Nice little right turn there.
Late 4 left,
Down the
very
hill.
opens to crest, 50.
And jump ahead just a little bit.
Caution, 4 left short, into
We're gonna
slight
keep it
right,
moving.
and square left short,
And I
60.
completely overcooked this corner coming up
Slowing, 6 left.
and almost go off the edge. That was definitely a little scary. Almost completely just ended my whole stage through there.
And
So
sudden
definitely
hairpin left.
not
Don't
too fun.
cut.
Let's get an action replay
30,
of that.
6.
Yeah. Kind of a
Over
pucker moment.
opens long, slowing, 60. Late hairpin left.
We're just gonna keep moving, pretend like it didn't happen, as we do so often.
50.
We got about 2.5
right,
splits left to go, so we're almost there.
and 6
My left
right,
arm was
into
definitely hurting at
crest.
this point.
Sudden 2 right, tighten square.
Yeah, we're
And
just gonna
late
keep
2
going.
left.
The sound design in this game is really good.
Into 3
I
right
personally think all the
short,
cars sound
4
pretty
left,
spot on.
60.
The pace notes are really clear and easier to hear.
6
Dirt
right,
Rally 2 had
into slight
some
left,
stages where you
40.
just pace notes were just straight up wrong sometimes. But I haven't
3
found much of that in
right,
this game,
70.
which obviously could change. I haven't been on every single stage yet, but
2
so
right,
far so good.
into
More
4
death
left
logs
over
to the
crest,
left.
and 1 right.
2 splits to go. We're almost there.
30.
Making our way through the final sections.
6 left over crest.
Speed was actually picking up a little bit compared to the mountainside part. I think probably because I was excited for it to end. Which sounds like it makes it sound like I wasn't having fun, but I was, I promise. Just obviously getting a little tired after 23 minutes of rallying straight. So just gonna keep making our way through here.
Left over crest, slowing, 30, slight left, tightens hairpin, and
Another
2
hairpin
right,
turn
stay
coming
very
up.
long, tightens,
Jump
and
ahead a
6
little bit.
left, 40,
Almost to the last split here. We made it to the
right 2
very
left,
top of the hill
keep
for
it,
hopefully
into
the
2
final
right,
time.
half long,
But very open
into
area over
slight
here, not many
left,
trees to worry
30,
about. Try and keep it on track
3 left short,
to move through these
30,
last couple corners.
2 left,
1 split to go.
and
We're at the
crest,
final stretch here.
into sudden 6 right,
My main concern was to not
and
completely
1
throw off the
right,
car
opens, and 5 left short,
off the mountainside to
90,
the left
slowing,
there, or go into those logs on the right.
left over crest,
Either way,
into turn hairpin
not a
left,
good result.
30,
So we're just gonna try and keep it on track to the best of our ability, which
into 3 left,
say we're doing
3
okay
right
at.
short,
Haven't crashed too
and
bad
2
yet.
right short, 30,
My hood barely on the car,
4 left over crest, into 6
holding
right,
on by a
into
hair at
crest,
least.
into 3 left, into 4 right,
Keep moving
half
through,
long, into slight, into
skipping
5
ahead just a
left,
little bit.
5 right, into 1 left, 30,
We're gonna
slight
have,
right,
I believe,
and 6 left,
final little bump of the session.
and
I say
3
little,
right,
that was a
tightens,
little rough,
40,
but we're gonna keep it moving.
2 left, and 2 right,
Down the last few
opens,
corners,
40, 1
taking
left,
my pace was honestly not bad at the last
into
section
2
here as we
right, opens,
hit that
30,
wall. We're just gonna ignore that.
3
Yeah,
left,
my pace wasn't too bad around here. Got some good slides
20,
going. Nice gear changes. Minimal mistakes. Probably
4 right over crest, and
just excited that we're getting to the end of the rally.
Into slight right over crest.
I can smell the finish line at this point
5 right to stop.
as we finally come over the line
That's a 28-minute.
and set a 28:26.463. Very exhausted at this point, if you can't tell. It was pretty rough, but it was a good time. Only an 11-second penalty for those couple resets we had. That was good enough for 191st on the board that my webcam is covering, but honestly, a better result than I was expecting. I'm assuming a lot of people haven't even completed this rally because it's so long. So yeah, good fun though. I enjoyed it.